Us now to explore exactly that question. Thank you for making the time this morning. I suppose, should we be that worried, first of all? Are there many burglaries this time of year?
Hi, Tom and Rosie. Thanks so much for having me. We do see an increase in burglaries this time of year, and I think it's quite natural to be worried. I mean, our homes mean a lot to us, but it is important to say that there are some really simple measures that we can take to help us feel more secure when leaving our home and going to visit our family and friends over the period.
Presumably part of the problem is that we broadcast on social media to anyone who follows us, who might sort of tangentially know us, that we're not at home, that we've gone away, so the home's sort of free to reign.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, definitely do not share your location and where you're going. That's a really kind of open invite to anybody who's keeping an eye on your house to know that you're away. There's a number of things. I mean, the evidence-based, the thing that you can do most is to think of the acronym WIDEN. And W stands for windows. So lock your windows. I know it sounds simple, but there's so many people who just leave it on the latch, don't think to completely lock their windows. I stands for interior, inside your house. Put your inside lights on a timer. And this gives the impression of somebody being home. And you can even adjust that timer to change as well. And then doors, double or deadlock your doors, which is when you have the key from the inside or the outside. And E stands for exterior, outside your house. Make sure that you've got lights on sensor, so they come on when they see motion. And N is, of course, for neighbours. Neighbours are really, really vital to helping to make sure that your property is safe. And if you can build those relationships and that trust with neighbours, it really helps you to go on holiday feeling secure in the knowledge that somebody's looking out for your property.
I sort of get the sense that fewer and fewer people, as time goes on, actually have that sense of community, know their neighbours. I know very few of my neighbours. What's the best way to sort of start those connections, build those relationships?
Well, I totally agree with you, and I feel the same thing. But the best thing is really just to knock on their doors and say hello. I think we know a lot of people don't know each other just because they haven't had that first kind of hello and invite. And as you say, give them a Christmas card. This is a perfect time of year to give them a Christmas card and introduce yourself. It's really as simple as that. So just get to know your neighbours, and eventually you can build up such a trust with them that you can actually leave your house keys with them. So when you're away, you know they can come inside and check on your property as well.
Lots of people have sort of alarm systems. What are your recommendations there?
Definitely, those also come into play, alarm systems and cameras, and, they all help to alert people of when something isn't right. But, all of that happens alongside the combination of those WIDEN factors. So if you just start with the WIDEN factors, and if you're lucky enough to have alarm systems and camera doorbells and all that, then definitely add it in. It definitely adds to that security and that sense of feeling safety, which is so valuable for all of us.
Now, for those that are staying at their own homes this Christmas, what should we do to look out for our neighbours? What are signs we should be perhaps worried about?
If you, you all know your neighbourhood. You know what's usual and what's not usual. So you'll know if you start to see suspicious activity happening that's not usual. I would say the other thing you can do is consider offering to park your car on their driveway if they have a driveway, so it looks as if the house is occupied. Just have a look through. If you are at home yourself, make sure that you're not leaving your presence visible by the window, by open window. Open the shutters open so people can see what's there. And the other thing I'd say is, the dates that rubbish gets collected during this period, those days change. So when you're leaving your boxes outside to be collected, don't advertise your new products that you've got, like your brand new TV, if you're lucky to get that. And make sure you know when it's being collected and fold the boxes inside out, put them securely inside your bin.
Really, really wise words there. Well, Deborah Waller, thank you so much for joining us here on GB News Breakfast. Let's hope that that's helped some people over this Christmas period.
Yeah, I'm sure it has done. Lots of you getting in touch today about strike action. Of course, nurses